What's going on? It's 505 Aquatics. This is my first day back from AQUASHELLA. I brought all the corals back yesterday. I threw them in the tank. Now let's see how they're officially doing. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give it to you guys straight. One of them is not looking very good. It is breaking my heart. I did put in a little bit of effort into kind of like spraying it off and, but maybe I should dip it or do something. I got to do something. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Now, AQUASHELLA was an amazing event. I mean, one of my top 5 favorite events that I've been to of all time. It was awesome meeting people with the same, interests in the same hobby. I got to show a couple people my tanks, a couple, like Brett Raymore himself. He said that my tank looked nice. And I was pretty proud to say that, everybody I showed my tank to, they said that I had a really nice tank and that it was looking pretty healthy. So obviously I went to AQUASHELLA to buy a bunch of corals. And in the meantime, when I was buying all those corals, I met a bunch of cool people like Coral 12G, Caveman Aquatics, Dustin Fish Tanks. I saw Brett Raymore. I saw Luke's Goldies. He was up on stage giving a little seminar. I didn't quite get a chance to talk to him though. I did see his booth, but when I saw his booth, he wasn't there. But that's okay. That is a-okay because I was not in the game for goldfish anyways. All those little plushies were super cool. But AQUASHELLA as a whole is just a very impressive event. As somebody from New Mexico in Albuquerque, in this little small town who, you talk to a lot of people, nobody really knows what this is or nobody does it. AQUASHELLA is just an amazing place to meet people and just to feel like normal kind of being here. I didn't think many people were into this. I was just kind of doing this on my own. But after seeing those lines and the amount of people and talking to like the gingerbread twin and the people from Knockout Corals, it was really just inspiring. I mean, especially like these Euphilia corals and stuff like that, and like the Yuma and the mushroom corals, the things that are dying out in the, in the ocean's reefs. This is like the most amazing opportunity to not only see them in person every day under lights that you would not see them in the ocean, but to like preserve them too. All right, but enough, sentimental talk about the hobby. AQUASHELLA was an absolutely great place to be. Meeting everybody. I think I was really impressed with a lot of the scapes. I mean, the little nano tanks they have that were absolutely decked out, from freshwater to even saltwater little nano tanks. I mean, it was super impressive just seeing that stuff. As somebody who has tried many nano tanks before, just knowing the amount of discipline and diligence that they put into continuing that life cycle and continuing to have it look perfect, especially for the show, because everything looked perfect for the show. It was really cool to see. Actually, I almost bought one of the tanks from P&W Customs. If I would have saw them earlier in the show, I would have definitely bought one. The coral selection they had there was absolutely insane. I didn't get videos of Clam Mania, but Clam Mania was there, so there was any kind of clam you can imagine, on top of any kind of coral you can imagine. And I hate to like be that guy. Of course I didn't get one because I'm lame. But the gingerbread twin had about 20 or so yellow tanks for sale. That was the first time I had seen a yellow tank for sale in years, and I was pretty pumped. I talked to him about it for a little bit. He seemed pretty pumped. I'm pretty sure they were the only yellow tanks in the whole show, and I actually ended up purchasing 3 corals, a shirt, and a jacket from him. Super great guy, super cool. He made me feel like, I was part of the team. He talked to me like I was completely normal, as, everybody should. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the corals that I bought. So I ended up buying 6 corals in total. I bought 3 from the gingerbread twin, and then I bought 3 from Knockout Corals. Now, I was originally only going to buy around 3 corals, and then I was going to buy for sure a clam and some artwork. I ended up getting the artwork, but not the clam, because Knockout Corals had this super cool duck game where you pick a duck and it multiplies how much money you win, and I'm a sucker for that kind of things. So obviously I picked 3 ducks, and they were all number 1s, so I got 3 corals. Now, without further ado, let's start showing you guys the corals that I got. Now, So my tank coming back from the trip, it looked absolutely amazing. I mean, you know, the polyp extension is there. This torch coral actually split into 2 heads. You know, it's still pretty early in the morning, so not everything is fully extended yet. And let's go ahead and get over to this corner. Right off the bat, the first thing you're gonna notice is, what is that? That's right, that's why I'm depressed. That's sad. That is my torch coral that I got from the gingerbread twin. It made it all the way through traffic, or transport and traffic, I guess. Made it into the tank, and it is not doing so well. I don't really have the best track history with torch corals. You can see that my torch corals, you know, compared to my other corals in the tank, they don't quite look as good. And this little green one here actually tends to struggle a little more often than not. But I thought I would pick up another torch coral since I don't have that many, and it is absolutely struggling. I mean, when I put it in the tank, it looked fine. It was like kind of extending, and then the lights went out. And when the lights won't go out, I don't know if I have like massive pH swings or stuff, but all of my corals really struggle when the lights go out. Especially, you know, you can kind of tell, like, this one struggles, this one struggles, this one struggles, and this one took a whole new meaning to struggle. I went ahead and I basted off a lot of the brown jelly that was on it. I'm kind of hoping it just saves. There's not too much you can do at this point. I could try and iodine dip it, but that might just stress it out even more. So I'm just kind of thinking about what to do. Moving on, next in the list, I also got this one from the gingerbread coral guy. The gingerbread twin. I'm pretty sure his company is like the Gingerbread Coral Company. This is, I'm pretty sure, a Florida Ricordia mushroom, which, if I'm not mistaken, these are getting pretty rare. They're starting to bleach and disappear out of the oceans. He told me that this one here, in about 6 months, would look absolutely beautiful. I took him for his word on it. I picked it up, and we'll see in 6 months if it starts changing colors. It doesn't really pick up on camera, but you can see, you know, there's a little bit of yellow going on in there. Maybe a little bit of red. We'll see. We'll see what it turns into. And might as well finish off the last coral I got from the gingerbread twin. Were these zoas over here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what kind of zoas these are, but I know that they are zoas, and I only got them for 25 bucks, which that would be an insane priced frag at my local fish shop. Again, nothing going against the local fish shop. Every coral you see here is from them, including the fish and, you know, the sand and the rock and the filter and everything. They are amazing people. They have the best and healthiest corals. I've never had a coral die from them, so that's kind of why I'm so shocked from this. I don't think it was from his tank or anything. That was just, it's a pretty sensitive coral for a long drive and long trip like that. Moving on to the 3 corals I got from Knockout Corals. We'll go from back to front. This right here is a 24 karat gold hammer coral. Now, I got it because it's kind of cool. I mean, it's super gold. It was sticking out like a sore thumb in their little display tank. But I can't help but realize that it kind of looks like this one. Now, maybe this one's a little different, right? Especially because it has been in my tank for a long time. And everything seems to fucking turn green in my tank. But when they kind of shrivel up, they look the exact same. Apart, they don't look the exact same. Like, you can obviously see that one's a darker green bluish, you know, more of a green bluish gold. And this is just a straight yellow gold. We'll see if this one turns any green. I really hope not. I really bumped up the white spectrum on my lights, and I turned down the blues. Because I read, you know, that could be a contributing factor to your corals turning green, which my corals absolutely are. One of the reasons I really don't want my corals to turn green is because if you look right here at this tiny frag, this was a $50 frag, and it is a rainbow Goniopora. Now, it was just kind of there. It was by all of the green Gonioporas, and I think even a red Goni that they had. And this one had, you know, you could just tell it had different colors in it. Right now it's real green in the center, and then towards the rim there are, you know, like pinkish and purplish colors. I think that whenever it grows out, if you look at some rainbow goniopora online, it looks absolutely stunning. And last but not least, the final coral we got was the ripped off clove polyps. They are ripped off the frag plug. He did make sure that I was well aware. In fact, he actually, you know, I asked him to pick out which one looks the best, and he said that, you know, he accidentally ripped this one off the frag plug, and that it's still completely healthy. It just needs a bit of glue down. And you know, I thought I would kind of help him out by taking it off of his hands, you know, so he can transport all of his corals back, and he doesn't have to bring that one on the plane with him, because obviously you don't want nothing loose floating around in your coral coolers, which is what I use to bring everything back. We had went to Target, picked up a little tiny igloo cooler. It fit all the corals perfectly, and it transported them great. Almost great. But all the other corals around the tank are doing good. You can see we're getting long sweeper tentacles from this torch. From any other torch, I don't know why they struggle, but this one's doing great. I'm thinking about fragging a couple of these, like especially this one's gonna get fragged, this one's gonna get fragged. I think I might frag that one to make it healthy again. And I want to tear apart these zoas, because I want to bring these zoas over here. And if I take these out, honestly, I might take that plug out. Just put that plug right where this plug is. That way they grow at the same time, because these are much less established zoa polyps than these are. These zoa polyps are taking off. They're growing like, you know, 1-2 heads a month, which is really insane compared to what they used to be. I think that these guys are gonna have to get a little used to the tank and stuff before they start growing, just like anything else. And then I'm kind of planning out where stuff wants, I want stuff to go. Like these clove polyps, probably gonna put on this nice little wall here. You have the Goni. I don't know where I'm gonna put the Goni yet. Like that's the actual one where I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. It's actually part of the reason I didn't get a clam, because I was gonna put a clam right here. But where would my button scully go? We got the Yuma mushroom or the Florida Ricordia. If you have an idea of what it is for sure, just let me know. I'm not really too sure how to check. I looked it up. I think it's a Ricordia because there's bumps everywhere. It's not like it divides towards the mouth. But the Yuma coral is definitely going to go somewhere in this front area. And then we have my 24 karat hammer, which is going to go right boop. Which, now that I'm talking about this little boop area, look at that. It finally happened. Xenia has made its way onto my rockwork, and it is probably fucking game over. I don't know why I'm so surprised. But yeah, it looks like it's in there pretty good. Probably already growing. So I don't think I might try and remove it, but I'm not gonna take the rock out and take a wire brush to it or anything. What I should do that with is this bubble algae. Okay, but enough of getting sidetracked. That's where I'm gonna put all the corals. AQUASHELLA was amazing. I met some amazing people. I bought some great corals for some great prices. If it's something that you think you're interested in or might be interested in, absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. It's great. It is an awesome experience. It's cool to meet people with the same kind of ideas and goals, and just to not necessarily network, but just to, you know, be a part of something bigger than yourself. And like AQUASHELLA, they even posted me and my wife on their Instagram page, and I commented and I said, hey, that was me, and just all love. I mean, the hospitality is great. You know, these people are so nice. It's a really great community, and I'm really glad to be a part of it, if I am a part of it. But I hope these corals do well. I had an amazing experience at AQUASHELLA. The raffle was great. I won a couple things. What else was awesome at AQUASHELLA? Yeah, that was about it. I had a great time. If you enjoyed watching this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Please subscribe. It absolutely makes my day. I really want to start moving this YouTube channel further, start making a community. I'm kind of inspired just by seeing the massive community over there. And if you have any tips for, you know, brown jelly disease or anything like that, just let me know. or peace.